I'll tell you thing that we did in our business. When we moved to this new office, we had option to either buy a whole new set of servers and all that stuff. And I asked our IT guy to put together an estimate for the new servers for everything we were doing and all that. And with the redundancy and everything that we wanted, and it was going to be around $100,000. Man, that's a big capital expense, right? So I said, and then our director, he came up with this idea. He says, Microsoft has this application now available called BPOS, Business Productivity Online Suite. I think that's what it's called, where you don't even need servers. You pay them $5 per head per month, and you got everything you need. All of a sudden, your servers go away, right? And the biggest part, here is the part I didn't realize, is that the reliability. Because if we had the servers in our office and the power goes down, the UPS will stay for maybe 15, 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, the servers are down. If the servers are down, people working all over the country, they are down because you know how everybody is dependent on email and everything else. So the reliability was one. Number two, we didn't have those expensive firewalls and all that stuff that big companies who are hosting like Microsoft have. So we didn't have the security that was needed as well. The redundancy, the reliability, and then $5 per month per user compared to $100,000 capital expenditure today. I mean, he didn't have to sell me on that. Again, the decision was made by itself. So I mean, those are the things that cloud is bringing. Is like you can take all your infrastructure investment rather than you doing it. They aggregate all that together. They put the servers in, and everything is gone in the cloud. Does that help answer your question? Mani, you had a question.
Just a second. I'm going to start with the cloud computing. Our last speaker was from cloud computing. He was an author in the cloud computing. He was not pretty sure about the security aspects of the cloud computing because there is a lot of customization which is needed so that we can address that. That's number one. Number two is bullish in the telecom. Unfortunately, the whole economy looks at the Wall Street. All the networking companies, including Cisco, Riverbed, JD Americas, they have not given a bullish view for the next quarter in terms of the earnings and the infrastructure. Though the capital spending money is there. So how do you address that?
Well, I'll tell you that the reason I'm bullish is because the opportunity is there, number one, and especially for businesses. Now, here is what's going to happen. There's 5 big carriers that are building nationwide networks, right? Not all 5 are going to be profitable. Whoever gets to the market first and captures that 4G customer base who needs to see high-definition TV in real time on their computer or be able to do video conference, those are the ones that are going to migrate first. So whoever they migrate to, so whoever comes to the market first is going to get the network. So the bullishness is, I think, from the job standpoint. When you got 5 carriers building that huge nationwide network, that's where I see lies huge opportunity. Now, eventually, I think, the survival of the fittest is going to happen. Only one is going to last, and the other is going to fade away. So that's where my thing is. To your question regarding cloud computing, you're right. I guess there are some concerns about security and all that stuff. And I'm not an IT guy, so I don't pretend to be to know anything. And that's why the governments and all that stuff, they have said, no, we're not going to go to cloud computing and all that. But I think right now the cloud computing is in very nascent stage. I think it's still in its infancy. It's going to mature. It's going to evolve. And when you start seeing the benefits, that's where I think that you're going to see the turn where all of a sudden there's mass exodus. You look at any new technology, it takes time for it to be accepted. They're making tweaks as well. Cisco is a big proponent of cloud computing and all that. I think I can see the wheels turning now. Has it turned all the way? Not yet, but I think you will see in the next 2 to 5 years, cloud computing will be big. That's my thing.
As you move forward in an evolving and a new growing enterprise, what strategies have you employed to open up, say, a closed distribution network to someone that has a superior product but not access?
I'll be honest, I'm not the right person to answer that question because we don't have kind of a distribution network. So I don't want to give you an answer that I don't kind of know fully well. So I would say I'll defer that question if you don't mind. Thank you. Thank you.
And Prince, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it. Absolutely. All right, we're going to do our giveaway. Thank you so much. So if you did not have a chance to put your card in the basket, yes, and we were going to do that too. We do have someone missing a cell phone. We will, where is she? Oh, they'll come and get it right there. Thank you so much. All right, first I just wanted to say that was a great message. Thank you again. I walked away with some takeaways myself, having a vision and being able to have that picture in order to put the puzzle pieces together. Life balance and finding a way to renew your passion. So go out and do that during the holiday season. Have your entrepreneurial seizure. Is that what you're saying? But I think it's also interesting about the emerging innovations that Prince talked about. In 2010, they actually, I heard a stat about a week ago, and they said the millennials, which are I think the ages of 19 to 26 right now, over 80% of them are sleeping with their cell phones with them in bed. So that's kind of, it is the decade of telecom, right? All right, so did we have everyone put their cards in? All right, perfect. And Manny did bring it to my attention, and I would like to do this in honor of him. We had a technology council member named Lonnie Harville, and he is was the vice president, overseeing the technology for Georgia Gwinnett College. So in honor of him and for all that he did, I know they had a ceremony. He passed away last Thursday of a heart attack. We would just like a moment of silence. He was very connected with us. And we appreciate you all for that. So if you do know him or know of anyone who is connected with him, please send them your regards. So we will close out our meeting with our drawing. All right, and we have Carmen Hotnet, Burnett Insurance. Carmen, are you still here? There she is. Congratulations. Lunch for two at the 1818 Club. All right, again, this is our last meeting for 2010. I look forward to seeing all of you in 2011. Have a wonderful morning.